Good evening, everybody. So we have another live tonight, and for anybody who's looking to buy into this live, we have one order lined up, and it is Mr. Steven right here. I saw him in the chat. He said, "Hoping I'm not the first order." Yeah, so this is just like last week. Looks like we have one order lined up. So if you are wanting to buy in tonight, you shouldn't have a whole lot of wait time unless it just all happens to come through. If your order number is 5144, then you're definitely next. But I don't think I added too much different this week. I believe I put in some Crown Zenith packs. I just restocked the quantity there. And I did make sure we had enough Paldean Fates in 151. I do not have Crimson Haze. I didn't really like that set. I mean, I was going to order some from Japan. I still may. But I'll be honest with you. I don't like opening up those 30 pack boxes. And I think that's a 30 pack box. I don't even know. Man, it might not even be a 30 pack box. It might be like Dark Phantasma where it's a 20 pack box. Those are just so annoying to have to open up because there's only 5 cards inside, and I can't just like rip through them really fast. But for anybody who is here, it looks like we got a few people here. We got at least Steven and the Johnny 007. We're going to go ahead and start opening into Steven's box. We're going to do his Temporal Forces box first, and then we're going to actually open up his Flashfire pack. There's 2 packs left in the Flashfire box. We have seen the secret rare. We've seen 1 full art. So there may be a full art still left in there where we may have seen 2. I can't remember. But I believe there is still possibly 1 full art trolling around. There may not because we did have some shipped out sealed if I'm thinking correctly. And then, yeah, we'll just see what happens there. All right, so we got Ben Eats. What's up, man? He said hello. And I see Nick in here as well. So here is your Temporal Forces box. And we'll just rip into this thing. This is from a fresh case. Absolutely nothing has been pulled out of these that we know of as of yet. I'm ready for like some error packs. We haven't hit anything like that in a while. I mean, I know we did hit those miscuts. I want to say it was Paldean Fates. It might have been 151. I can't remember. I'm always forgetting things. But I want to hit like some of those Brilliant Stars packs where we had a trainer gallery every pack. Man, that was pretty cool. All right, pack number 1, nothing there. Man, so much has been going on in like the market outside of Pokemon in relation to Bitcoin. I decided, man, I need to get a little bit of information on this stuff. So I've been looking into it, listening to like the full backstories, trying to figure out, you know, who everybody thinks the Satoshi Nakamura, I don't know, whatever the dude's name is, Satoshi. They don't even know who actually created the stuff. Like, they know the guy's like pseudonym name or whatever it's supposed to be, but they don't actually know who he is. Got a guy who's claiming to be him, but it's probably not him. Bitcoin is definitely interesting, but I wish I was that smart to be able to mine mathematical equations and do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Just nuts. I was listening to one video earlier today. A dude traded 10,000 bitcoins for 2 large pizzas. It's like, but this is back, you know, when it was worth nothing. That's crazy to think about now. Rubisu said, "Hey chat, getting the monkey to bed so can only lurk, but wanted to say hello and that I enjoy the streams." Thank you, man. Nick said, "Rusty getting into Bitcoin." No, I mean, I am a little, like, I made my first purchase through Coinbase because I just want to know how it works. Because I get so many people coming to me asking, "Hey, do you take crypto?" And I'm like, I've always been like, no. I mean, why would I want that? But, you know, if the fees are lower and it's instant and I can get the money, I mean, I don't see why I shouldn't at least, you know, consider it. Especially after Rattle's last video with PayPal. Oh my goodness. I had no idea that people could pull that off. Saying that, hey, he was going to resell it, so he doesn't deserve any coverage. Like, I've never heard of that. I don't know if that works with business accounts. I have a business account, so like I can't even receive friends and family if you try to send that to me. I have finally got my Venmo up and running, so I can take through Venmo and Zelle. But yeah, if you try to send friends and family to my PayPal, it just doesn't work. So I'd imagine it wouldn't work that way for an account like mine, where it's a business account. Like, why wouldn't I be okay to resell the product? But I mean, that was nuts. If you haven't watched this video, it was kind of crazy. It was a guy basically scamming people out. He would get them to admit before he sold to them that they had some intentions of reselling the product, and apparently PayPal told this last guy, "Yeah, we don't cover purchases that are meant for resale," which is very scary. So, nice looking Drampa. Got the a luck dragon right there. Nick says kind of at the peak, but who knows? I guess could double. I guess it could lose 90% of its value. Yeah, I mean it could, but I don't know. I think I'd rather just have a little bit in case it does moon, and if it doesn't, then maybe it'll be stable. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be boring for a while. But I've looked into like the halving and all those different things that the first time I heard them, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'd rather just be at least halfway knowledgeable about the subject. And sometimes the best way to do that is just to put a little bit of your own money into something, because then usually you really start to understand it a whole lot better. It's like if you lose some money or you make some money, that's a great motivator for figuring something out. JMTCA, did you buy the OG boxes back when they were released and save them all these years later? Man, I wish. The only box that I can remember for sure buying, not when it released, it was probably a little bit after, was Neo Genesis. My dad got it for me for $85 at a flea market, and I opened that whole thing. So no, I didn't save anything. The earliest I bought was 2006. It was a base set box, $100. It was through my older brother's eBay account. He used to get on there, and he would they would get extra scopes and different things through the military after they just stopped using them, and he would he'd just sell that kind of stuff out. And so he had an eBay, so I used his eBay to pick up a base set box, $100. Then after that, the second box that I remember buying, it was a Team Rocket box for $159.99. Ironically enough, I was at my brother's house in Wisconsin, and I want to say that was Anna was with me. And this is one for my personal collection. I know I bought some boxes in there in between to sell. Man, this is probably pushing 2011 at that point. I had bought some boxes prior to that. I remember you could get jungle boxes, the red logo ones, for like $40 for a while. Like that was just a box that was available. And I remember when I first got in contact with one of the print production managers. The print production manager, the only one that I've gotten in contact with. She had an eBay, and she let it slide out one time. And so I went and looked at her eBay, and I saw where she had auctioned off boxes. And I remember specifically seeing a Neo Genesis first edition box auctioned for $36. I was like, man, I would have totally bought that thing. And that's probably the lowest I saw, actually saw in real time, for a sale. Or I guess that was like a past sale on eBay, but it was still where you could see it, the actual item number. So it hadn't been that too far in the past. Matthew says, how many sealed base set boxes do you think are left? Probably still thousands. I mean, I feel like you can get a case at any time off of Instagram. There's a few guys that just seem to always have them. I don't have any cases, but I do have, I've got a couple cases worth of boxes myself, which is nothing. That's just a drop in the bucket, right? Hello, Just Yuri. Nice Torterra. I was actually on Troll and Toad earlier because I was like, yeah, let me just look at Temporal Forces, because they have all the cards usually, and they've got the prices there. That would have been a time where I probably would have went through and submitted some stuff through a buy list, because anytime I use somebody's site, I try to give them a little business back. But I did not this time. I was just checking prices. I saw where this card was like a couple bucks. A full art EX from the newest set. I did see some of the special art rares. I'm not sure what they call them in this set. They were pretty expensive. JM says, that is insane. Thanks for the story. Man, you should use the Wayback Machine. Go check out Hills Wholesale Gaming. The Wayback Machine is archive.org. You can go and look at different timelines for specific sites that you put in, and you can see like what it showed on their homepage, and certain links still work. It's like a snapshot in history. That's where you can see some really crazy prices. Check around the 2002 timeline. That was nuts. And if you go to Potomac, you can actually see where they had this news update where they changed the Legendary Collection name from Champions, and Champions is that uncut, those 2 uncut sheets that I have of like the deck boxes, the theme deck boxes, where it's transitioning from Neo Destiny to Champions, which was later renamed Legendary Collection. And you can see on the decks where instead of lava, I think it's, man, I can't even remember. It was Storm instead of Turmoil, and then it was Magma, I think, instead of Lava. It was something like that. But it's kind of cool. I don't know why they changed all the names, but that's like one of those things that kind of like gives extra evidence that those uncut sheets that I have and the guy that I got them from, everything was like fully legit, because like that's the only evidence that I've seen online. I'm sure there's more out there that actually shows. There was a news article, or not a news, there was like a news update on an old site from Potomac, one of the original distributors, ones that you can buy from without having a resale license, on their website, or may have even been Hills. I think it was Potomac though, showing where they're like, hey, Legendary Collection is the new name for the Champion set. And back when I was a kid, I never heard of anything like that. I would have never known, right? Who would have known? I mean, I wasn't on the internet at 12 years old. My parents, they ended up getting a 95 Windows, but that didn't come out until I was 15, and even then, I mean, internet was so slow, and I mean, I would have never dreamed that you could go back and look up that kind of stuff. I got on there for like Yahoo Games, got to play some pool and different things like that. Nice Master Ball. There you go. Matthew says, do you keep XY Evo booster boxes on hand? Actually, I don't think I have any, unless there's one up there. Yeah, I think I sold most of mine. For me, it was a pretty good price. All right, we're going to go over your hits, Steven, and then we're going to open up your Flash Fire pack. There's your Ace Trainer. There's an EX, Art Rare, Full Art. Regular EX did get a gold. Another Art Rare, EX. There's your third Art Rare, and then there's another Full Art with the Salvatore. I think the Prime Catcher is the main one you want to find, but Master Ball isn't too bad. I believe it's either like an $8 or $12 card. I can't remember what I saw, but it was somewhere in there. Rubisu, what's everyone's recommendation for semi-rigid and penny sleeves? So I've actually been using these because they're like super cheap on eBay, much less than the ones that you can get from Cardboard Gold. And then if you want the Cardboard Gold ones, those aren't too bad for the semi-rigids. You want to buy them in like 2,000 count, but I think you can get it for cheaper off of eBay now. A lot of that stuff you used to be able to find cheaper off of eBay, but now it's actually cheaper on eBay, which is probably because of eBay's reach and subsidy deals and all that kind of stuff. All right, so XY Flash Fire, we've got 2 packs here. 1 pack left. Let's see what we get in this one. Steven said that was his third Salvatore. Well, sorry, man. Sorry to hear that it is your third one. What did we decide? 2 cards from the back? Oh, I think it was 3. Yeah, Sacred Ash. We opened up enough Flash Fire when it come out. I should know. Maractus, Furfro, Esper, Spritzy, Litleo. There's a Sneasel, Flabibi, Reverse Hollow Phoebus. And we have a Golem. Golem, one of the better selling rares when the set had come out. I believe I have some Power Roar boxes coming in. And once those do come in, I do plan to offer out more Flash Fire packs. I'll probably just offer out like the entire Power Roar EX box. And then I think the price per pack will be much better on those. I know these we had to do because pricing in the fact that it was coming from a sealed box. And the price has also dipped a little bit since the release of them. But there you go. No full art or anything there out of that one. Probably say that was probably a big hit, the gold walking wake. Rubisu said, did that say pre-save? I'm on mobile, so it was super small. Pro-safe. Pro-safe card sleeves. So that's the, and these are, I mean, these are pretty nice. I don't see anything wrong with them. If you can find something cheaper, I'd say just test them out, see if you like them before you go too deep on them. All right, let's see if there was any other orders, and if there weren't, then you know, we'll talk about something else. Okay, so I see there are 3 orders, or no, 1, 2, 3. There's 4 orders that come in. So Benjamin, you're next. Then George. I think we settled on George, right? Eric, and then Kevin. I did have somebody pick up a couple of heavy fossil first edition packs, but they had them shipped sealed, so I haven't shipped them out yet. But so I think that puts us down to 8. All right, so Benjamin, he picked up 10 Paul D and Fates booster packs. Again, you guys don't feel like you have to buy. If you want to buy in, then you know the packs are there; they're available. I was not able to work out last week, which I mean, I just do it twice a week for like 30 minutes. You know, that's my idea of a workout. But I was able to today. Man, my inner hip is killing me from playing kickball on Easter, man. But it didn't seem to affect my vertical jump because I jumped higher today than I have in years. That's what I've been working on. I've been doing some exercises to try to get my vertical jump up. And lately, you know, well, I think when I first started, maybe 2 months back or so, you know, I was getting like max like right here on the rim. And then last week I was kind of up here, and then I was actually, where's that? There's a mark right here. I was 2 fingers, so I hit about right here on the rim today. And I got some good dunks in. I mean, clean dunks. Nothing more than just like it's a dunk. Like there's no spinning, there's none of that kind of stuff. But I was able to get a 2-hand in and a couple single hands, so I was pretty happy about that. But man, my hip was killing me. I took my first bath so long. I didn't do the ice bath thing. I'm a wuss. I ain't gonna do that. But I took the time to take a bath with my son because I was, oh man, pack number 1. Is this like the 3rd week we've done something like this where somebody's hit it on their very first pack? Wow, big card, man. Maybe we'll hit a bunch of Charizards this week too. Big congrats there, Benjamin. But yeah, I was able to take a bath with my son. You know, it was just something like, you know, he's almost to that age where this is not going to be something that's possible. It's not possible anymore with my daughters. They're 7 and 9. You know, I'm never going to hold them in the shower again. So I wanted to just take a bath with my little boy, and that was kind of nice, kind of relaxing. You know, I was thinking it was going to help out my inner hip butt, you know, area, whatever it is. Man, 3 for 3. Look at that. But it didn't really. It still kind of hurts. But again, it wasn't cold, so I can't really complain. Benny says you've been stretching. I stretched some, yes, I have been. But stretching's never been like something that helps me out a whole lot. The stretching part actually really hurts with that. That's when it hurts. It's like, so I've never been able to sit with, like, say my butt in like where a wall meets. Like I can't sit straight up and down and have my legs straight out. Like that part just doesn't bend. If I bend my knees, man, I'm good. But to have my knees straight out, like it just pulls so much on the back side of my legs. When they used to have the presidential fitness tests, like that would be the one thing that I couldn't get the sit and reach. I got it 1 year, but like I was young and I had to work at it for a long time. But outside of that 1 year, that was the thing that always held me back, the sit and reach. All right. Check says, how about those Timberwolves, Rusty? So I like basketball, but I don't really watch it. I kind of kept up with the tournament while Carolina was in it, but then as soon as they lost, it was like, I know NC State's kind of in there. That's where I graduated from, but I think they ended up losing too. So I don't even know who Anthony Edwards is. Sorry. Rubus to the Dunk Authority. Maybe one day. Right now, it's just like the dunk barely. You know, I want to get to where it's you know, it's definitely something prominent. Make sure that wasn't. Yeah, okay, that was just an energy. Zachary says, sweet deal. I pulled it while watching last week. That's who it was, Mr. Zach. Incutor, what is up, man? I'll never forget that little picture you got right there. that will always be recognized on this channel. But thanks for jumping back in and joining the channel, dude. Jumping in at the Charmander level. I definitely appreciate it. Ben Eat says, Rusty, can you put the Zard in a top loader for me? So I don't have a top loader, but I could put it in a semi-rigid. I don't use top loaders anymore. I used to use them. Like, that's what I used to pretty much use for everything. But no, I don't use those anymore. There goes smacking the camera again. Check says you have an awesome compound and property, huge b-ball court, demolition for the big machines, earthly heaven. I like it. I definitely like it. We want to make it to where kids want to be here, you know. And that's why we're even looking into a pool right now. Pools are so expensive. Like, if I was like, I don't know, if I was a kid thinking about how much money I've spent on some of these things, I'd probably just like vomit, you know, because I was such a penny pincher. I mean, I ate ramen noodles in college. Like, that was my thing. Like, I cut out my meal plan so that I could, because I was like, you know what, I could save $500-600 on an entire semester instead of spending $1,100 and have as many meals as I want. I could just eat ramen noodles and I could save between $500 and $600. Like, that's what the numbers I come up with, and I cut it out. So, but, you know, the more I think about it, you know, these kids, I've only got so many years with them, and I want them to be here. I want them to be around, and this could be a place where them and their kids, they come and, not them and their, well, them and their kids, but them and their friends all want to be. And that's what I want the environment to be like. It'd be an opportunity for us to be mentors, whether or not they see it that way. But, you know, we'll be a stable place for kids, because there's a lot of kids, man, that they really don't have stable homes. A lot of times they have parents that travel for work, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's tough. It's tough on them, and you just never know. Like, when we send our kids to other homes, you know, what they've been through. And there's so many broken homes, and there's so many things that go on that you just don't know about until, you know, it's too late. And I'd rather have the kids at our place, and if that means us getting a pool and us, you know, people want to come over because we give them free snacks or whatever. You know what? You know, we can make that happen. And I think that's a really good investment. Yes, ramen noodles. It is not ramen, as so many people try to say. It's not layman terms. It's layman terms, right? Layman terms. I'm over saying terms, trying to correct people. But no, I get it. I know most people say ramen, but to me, that's not how it's spelled. So I'm speaking English, and worse than that, I'm speaking redneck English. So I'm gonna go with ramen. Ramen noodles is what it will always be to me. Just like pecan, there ain't no O in pecan, so it's not a pecan, it's a pecan. But even most of the people around here say pecan. And I say pecan, and they laugh at me. So I get it. All right, George, let me make sure that was a no bulk order. All right, yeah, it was Temporal Forces booster box, no bulk. All right, got you. Yeah, the Earth is temporary. Well, I mean, for now, right? Say there might be a new Earth. I don't know how that's all going to work out. If the Bible says it's going to be there, maybe that means physical, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it'll be something completely different. I mean, I just don't know. Ooh. Prime Catcher is not, you know, dazzling to look at, but it is good for your wallet. I think I saw that one still over $30. Nick is layman is layman. If only it was spelled like that. It'd be nice if the English language just spelled things exactly like they sounded. Like, who eats a Tootsie Roll? It's a Tootsie Roll. Like, it's toot, right? It's T-O-O-T-S-I-E. Tootsie Roll. But that's not how people say it. People say Tootsie Roll. Ooh. Iron Leaves. Is this the one that's playable? The Iron Leaves? This might be a decent box. Rubisu says they say on average you have 15 summers before the kiddos are out. Yeah, I want them coming back at 25 because they just want to lay around the pool and visit with family. I don't want them to be lazy. I don't want them to think they're going to get handouts. But you know what? I might change my mind by the time I'm... Man, how old will I be when they're 25? So when my boy's 25, I'll be 53. You know what? I might just want them around anyways. There's a whole lot worse that could be going on. As long as they're not disrespectful. I can still carry all three of my kids up the stairs, and that is getting very tough. I have to put my oldest daughter, she's 9, she holds on to my back. She puts her arms around my neck, and then I carry the other two in my arms. And then I go up the stairs, and I can feel it in my knees. I don't do that every night of the week. But I know if I stop doing it for a week or two, like, that's going to be it. Yeah, I probably won't ever get to do it again. I don't want them to get used to not having me carry them up the stairs. Hassan says, tomato, tomato. Yes. That was one I never really got. Like, tomato? Yeah, I don't think I get that one. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that other than tomato, tomato, as in, just using it as a comparison. Maybe that's another country type thing. Now, I have heard who was a Diamond Dave. You say Mater, I say Mater. That got me when I first heard that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about with Diamond Dave, it's a Jerry Springer guy. Definitely not something you want to watch with your kid, but gosh, I remember watching as a teenager. It was funny. George says, it's dazzling to me. Good. I'm glad it's dazzling. Nick says layman is spelled with a Y, though. I thought it was just L-A-M-E-N. Man, if it's L-A-Y-M-A-N, man, I am way off on layman. I've been thinking how that's spelled in my head completely wrong. Ghost says, I want to rip some temporal. I think there were 3 boxes available because last week we only sold through 2. So I told you guys once we dropped from selling through the full case, then I was going to drop it back to 3 boxes. So there's 1, 2. So unless it was bought by the other guys, then there might be one still available. Giovanni's Pikachu says, and the results are in. Yeah, I think that was something he used to say. See, I never watched much of Jerry, but I saw a few episodes like that. I mean, you could tell it was pretty fake, but in fact, my wife, she knew somebody, a family locally, that they went on there and they got paid to basically smear their family's name. It was it's like, man, why would you do that? It wasn't even that much money from what if I'm remembering right. But I mean, I guess you get on TV if that's what you want. You get your 30 minutes of fame. Better than 5, right? I probably will never make TV. There are a few people who have, but YouTube's about as far as I'm going to get on that. Giovanni's Picture, is he the father? Yeah, and then you'd have somebody running all over the room screaming. Like Medea. I think those sleeves are upside down. Walking Wakey X-Men. This box seems a little bit better than that last one, or that first one. Put these up. What do you guys think about temporal forces? And what I mean by what do you think? Like, how do you think history's going to look back on this set? Do you think it's going to be like a something like Lost Thunder, where it's one of those mid-tier sets? It does have the Lugia, the Lugia GX in Lost Thunder, right? It was really nice, but it's not, one of the tag team Sun and Moon sets. You're not looking at like what was it? Crimson Invasion Sun and Moon? Man, I'm starting to get these generations mixed up. It's one of the worst sets. You think they're going to introduce some cool mechanic other than these A specs? They probably won't. Well, I guess this is the first set with those, so they'll probably have those for 3 or 4 more sets. The Johnny 007 says mid-tier at best. VX says poorly. It also depends on how they print it too, you know. You know what I think hurts it more than anything? I think the names hurt it. Like, if they just went something, you know, with Entei, like, instead of putting Gouging Fire EX, if they just hit Ancient Entei or, you know, something like that, I think it would actually really help out the set. But that's my opinion. Maybe, you know, maybe the kids really like the whole Iron Boulder EX instead of Terrakion, you know. All right, here we go. There's the Walking Wake. Nice looking Metagross. I mean, there aren't bad cards. I mean, you got the Gengar. You got some nice little art rares. To me, it's not terrible. But there's nothing like that I really want. That like with like the Aerodactyl, for example. That card to me looked really cool. But maybe it's just because I'm a Gen 1 buff, you know. Like, that's what I like. All right, there you go, George. All right, Eric, he's up next. Let's see what he has right here. Okay, looks like Eric, yeah, he ended up picking up the last Temporal Forces booster box that we're going to offer out tonight. We'll have another 3 next week. Order 5146. Typically what I do, like with the new sets, I try to offer them out until... As long as you guys buy through whatever quantity I put up, then I'll just keep putting up that quantity. I guess at that rate, I mean, we would rip through all of my Temporal Forces boxes. If we did a case a week, it would take about a year and a half. Which would be kind of different. I've never actually made it that many cases in. Nick says, I'm having a hard time getting behind the future and past versions. I don't recognize the Pokemon with their new name. Yeah, I don't either. I've probably read them a dozen times each, if not more. Ghost said, do you have any single packs for rips on the site? I've got some 10X lots. I think if they're single packs, they're probably going to be like more expensive ones. But probably the cheapest is maybe Crown Zenith or Paldean Fates. You can get 10 packs each on those. All right, Eric. I don't think you normally jump in the chat, but if you're listening, this is your order. We're ripping into it now. Got your first hit with the Scovillain. Scovillain. Nick says, also the name Suck Iron Leaves isn't a Pokemon name. Yeah, that's a good point. Purple Raikou, I'm not a fan of the design they gave to Raikou. I think the set is similar to other Scarlet and Violet sets, so great artworks, just nothing must have for me. Joe said Raging Bolt is my favorite? Question mark. Come on. Only you can know. What I hear, the Ghastly's pretty expensive. It's still like 20 bucks or something. Golf side, for people who played the new games and understood how they fit into the story in Paldea region, they make a little more sense. I think that's where he was going with that. That's a nice full art. Well, good. Because, I mean, in reality, I mean, we need to be able to connect with all the generations that are still supporting Pokemon on other mediums as well, with the games or watching the TV show. Got a Hero's Cape. Purple said, I see most people say positive things about Raging Bolt. I just can't. Can't do it, huh? Stuck on the Raikou. Ghost Train said, I'm biased. I pulled Raging Bolt in just a couple of packs. Maybe we'll get one in this box. Zachary said, I have really had no interest in buying any. Ripped a few Japanese boxes, but it didn't catch me. We'll grab a few cases at some point to stash like always. Yeah, that's what I did. I just stashed some back. They take up so much space though in these cases and different things. Like I love storing the ultra premium cases and elite trainers for specialty sets, but man, they're just so big. Like, do I need to build a building to store this stuff? In which, I guess the easy answer is probably that'd be, you know, the smart way to do it. Instead of just continually moving stuff around and re-cramming it. Free up my stress, I imagine, too. Zachary also says, interested in Twilight just for the booster box art. Will look cool on my shelf. LOL. Yeah, I've seen all the Twilight movies several times, so that'd be like one of those things I'd buy and just open up with my wife for the heck of it. It's one of those movies that we can just watch together. We all agree the acting sucks, but you know what? They keep it clean enough, and you know, there's a story there. Same thing with what's the other one we watched? Harry Potter. That's the other one. Purple Raikou, my favorite cards from the set might be the Deerling and Salzbuck. I love the colors on those. And I mean, that's kind of nice too, like the cards, you put them side by side and the artwork carries over. So it paints a little bit of a picture, but they can still be their own card. It's not like those V unions where you got to have all the other cards. Otherwise, it just looks like a corner. I'm glad that those didn't stick around and get like a ton of prints. I'm sure some people like them, but I did not. Then again, people said that crap about the Legends, you know, the half art cards a while back. And now, you know, they're super popular. People love them. I mean, man, the Ho-Oh and the Lugia, both those are pretty sweet there. The Ho-Oh and Lugia Legend. Man, Heart Gold, Soul Silver base set, I believe. Zachary says, talking big, I just grabbed quite a few cases of Celebration Pikachu figure collections. Those cases are huge. They can be. All those collection boxes are just a bunch of air. And you just got to deal with it. I probably have such a huge carbon footprint from the crap I burned. But I think about all the gas that I saved not driving to have that thing, have that stuff somewhere else. There's the gouging fire, you know, to take to the recycling place, and then they have to take it somewhere, so that's going to burn more fuel just to have it carried somewhere. Then you're going to be paying somebody to go through it, see what's actually recyclable. What's that? What was that? Faragarath. And then a lot of it still won't even be recyclable. At least that's what I tell myself. It's probably, as much as I burn, it probably would be good for me to recycle more. At least the cardboard. I mean, they pay you for the cardboard. Like, you can just load that stuff up. But then you got to store it somewhere until you can take it. Because if it gets wet, then, I mean, you can't sell it then. About skipped over your grotto. Ghost Train says, I think I'm attached to Temporal because it was my first set back in Pokemon since Metazoo died. Oh, well, that, I mean, Metazoo, I mean, are you talking about like officially, you know, was no longer a card game? Because that wasn't that long ago. It wouldn't have been out too far back. And I felt like this with Evolutions when I got back into Pokemon the first time. You know, that nostalgia kick always gets you. Like I said, I don't think this is a bad set. I think it'll do well over time. I mean, you got a decent pull rate, but I just don't think it's going to be like anything crazy. It'd just be something that, you know, once it runs out, and I think that, you know, it gets forgotten, and people are just looking for Scarlet and Violet sets. They're like, hey, this is a more modestly priced set that I can have opened up. You know, let me grab some of that. Because now anything Sun and Moon that I have, or X and Y, like, it just gets, like, I could sell it and it'll just move. Like, I keep some of the stuff higher priced just so that I have stuff for the channel in case you guys do want some things, but I don't have much of those items. I have a few people that I could probably move this product at about 90% too. I wouldn't think hardly with any resistance against it. All right, so you did get 2 A specs. You only got 2 of the regular art rares, but you did get 1 full art rare, right? I think that's what we're calling those. Got 2 other full arts, and then you got 3 EXs. No amazing over-the-top fantastic pull for Eric this time. This is the Eric that's had some really epic pulls in the past. I want to say from mostly WotC though. All right, next up we have Kevin. Your order 5147. What did you get? So you got 10 Crown Zenith, no bulk, and you also got 10 151. Oh, that'll be fun. It's a good little mix right there. Put that off to the side. I think I'd opened up like 1 or 2 Crown Zenith last time, so I had to grab a handful more just in case I was under the 40 I had listed on the website. So I got like 1 little box over here, like an Elite Trainer box. I use those to store them. And typically they hold about 40 packs. 3, 6, 9, and 10. All right. You bought, well, it's showing Crown Zenith on there first, so we'll start with the Crown Zenith. All right. What do you guys think? What's going to win out? Where are we going to have better pulls from? Crown Zenith or 151? I think we're going to have more pulls from Crown Zenith, but I think, I don't know. I'm going to say 151 is going to win it. Zachary said, pretty sure they will reprint or restock. But Pokemon Center, Scarlet Violet Base, Paradox Rift, and Paldea Involved booster boxes sold out going on a week now. Yeah, I imagine they will. Ooh, got a double hit. Got a Zeraora VMAX. That the character, it's a Galarian Gallery on the English side. I think it's the character secret rare on the Japanese side. And then this is the secret rare textured lightning energy. African Veteran says Crown Zenith. Late to roll call. It's calling 151. And Venusaur SIR. All right, so we got an Absol. Good looking card there. I guess we'll say that's 3 hits so far. Y'all might have to tell me money wise though. If there's something in here that I just missed that's worth more than I might have thought. There's no way Scarlet Violet based. Yeah, there's no way that set is sold out. Ooh. I thought we ever get something else. We got the secret rare Pikachu. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be tough to top. We're definitely gonna need probably one of the big 3 to beat out that Pikachu. Maybe the Alakazam. Scarlet Violet base is sold out from the website. Man, I would have not expected that. Paradox Rift, maybe, but not really. Paldea Evolved. I think that's a really playable set, so I guess I could see that one. What we got here? Shinx, Tapu Lele. All right, Crown Zenith. Hit it off pretty good. Can you put some icing on the cake? Ooh. Double hit there. We got the Hatterene VMAX, and then we have the Duraludon. Or what do people say? Duraludon? I'm going to say Duraludon. I'm gonna put the A with the Dura. Last pack, nothing there. All right, I think 151 has got to step it up pretty good. K Cliff said, nice, needed that Pikachu. I'm guessing that's Mr. Kevin. We are all rooting for you to get the best pulls ever. Especially from specialty sets, man. Uh-oh, what we got here? Got a gold switch. Okay, 151. Getting on the board. Got a nice Mr. Mime and its own little energy. Mr. Mime's pretty solid as well. What we got coming up here? Ooh, hit the dry spell. 151. Got a fighting energy with some swirls, some schwangs, as you guys would say, or maybe it was Chris. Vaporeon. All right, there's an Alakazam EX. That's not the Alakazam I want to see. I want to see the like the secret rare one. Or not secret rare. It's like the art, special art rare. All right, last pack. If we don't hit something big in this, I'm going to say for sure Crown Zenith won out. Looks like Pokedat is in the chat. He says, "Evening, Rusty in chat. I definitely appreciate the super chat, man." All right. I don't think we even have to ask. You know, if we compare this to this, Crown Zenith definitely takes the cake. This stack wins. I think you did pretty well there, Kevin. Good. The Pokedeck, how you been, man? How are the live streams going for you guys? Got anybody here from the Worm Gang? All right, let me refresh this. See who's. All right, so that was the last order from Kevin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway right now. And then if you do still want to get in and buy anything, we're still pretty early for tonight. But like I said, I'm not going to push it if you guys, if that's it. But if you do still want to buy, there's nobody ahead of anybody right now. So we're going to do a giveaway. And after that, I'll check. And if nobody else has bought in, you know, that'll be a good night for this Tuesday night. And I'll see you guys next week. But if we do get some more in, you know, we'll just keep streaming until there's nothing left. What do you guys think? Maybe another, I'm thinking, you know what, that was, yeah, let's do a V-Star Universe box because I ended up just picking some of these up from Japan. They've definitely dropped in price. I could probably readjust my prices, but I'm not selling any of them. So the giveaway, let's do V-Star U. Oh, that I've definitely misspelled that. So if you want to enter into the giveaway, just put V-Star U into the chat. Just put it once, all one word. It's not the Dumptress. But that's all you got to do to enter the giveaway. Just put it in there once. Otherwise, you might get spammed out. And then Nightbot will pick a winner after. And it'll just be for the hits from this set, which they're better. I mean, you're going to get a hit every pack. So there's going to be at least 10 cards, probably closer to about 15 cards that you get. And who knows, maybe we'll hit a God pack. We did hit one from Shiny Treasure a couple weeks back. All right, so there's Machamp V. There's everybody in the chat. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming out and watching the video. There's a Giratina, and then we also have a Darkness Energy. And that's the SR. Darkness Energy. So there should still be another SR or SAR. Like that, that's never like your big hit. At least that I've seen anyways. There's ACNV. Simisear, and we also have a Radiant Greninja. Got to check that pattern. I think CGC had posted one where there was a misaligned texture on it, which that one seems aligned just fine. Go said, how much is a box of that running right now? Well, I want to say you can get them like in the 55-60 range, but I bought only sealed cases, so I ended up paying up a little bit, and I didn't buy like in huge quantities. I just picked up a couple because I think prices are supposed to drop with the reprint of 151. From what I hear, they're going to either reprint some other stuff, or maybe the price is just supposed to drop with it. I don't have my ear to the ground with all that stuff, but I just picked up a few. I was like, you know what, I'm happy with that price. Let me just pick up a couple cases. You never know where the market might go in the next 2 months or so. It could run up, or it could go way down like people predict. But I think in the long term, V-Star Universe is such a good set and has a lot of potential. So at that price, I was happy to pay it because I knew I was going to sit on it at least beyond the time frame in which I foresaw that price ever being something that I would resell at. 3 packs to go. Got a nice Genesect V. Manaphy, and we have a Samurott V-Star. That's probably the SAR. Yeah. So that'll probably be the big hit of the box, but we do have one more pack left, so you just never know until we get out of here. All right, it's not a God pack. Got a Palkia. That'll finish it up. Not a bad little stack of hits. Said, I want one for my sealed collection. The box looks so clean. Yeah, I mean, they're fun too. I mean, because you get, like, even if that's your SAR, which isn't, a crazy one, I mean, you still got all these other things. Like, that's a good looking card. I like the Magnezone right there. Radiant Greninja is pretty cool. I think that was a playable card. I don't think it is now, but at least it used to be. Maybe I'm thinking of the Radiant Greninja from Breakpoint. I don't even know for that set. All right, see the winners. Nick, look at that, man. You were in here early. I think you were the second one in chat, maybe. And you won. Make sure you send me an email, man, and I will get this shipped out to you. That is a last name that I will have to make a double take. Make sure I saw it correctly. But congratulations, man. All right, let's see what we have. I'm going to refresh, see if we have any more orders in. Kevin was the last one, and it looks like that is it. So we're going to have an early night tonight, guys. I definitely appreciate you coming out here. Maybe next week I'll offer out some more like mainstream sets. I was kind of trying to focus more on like the high class stuff that has higher hit rates. But if it would interest you guys and you want more like 10-pack lots back in for like Paradox Rift, the Obsidian Flames, Paldia Evolved, those kinds of sets, or maybe even like late Sun and Moon, or not Sun and Moon, Scarlet and Violet, man, because we're in Sword and Shield. Yeah, late Sword and Shield. Maybe I can offer out some of those. So I do have some of those sets still in stock, but I just haven't made them available. Like I said, I was trying not to have more than like 10 or 15 different packs available, but the high-end stuff is definitely dried up. And if you guys are interested in the heavy fossil, I believe there's 8 left. I can ship them sealed, but if you want them open up in your own personal video, we can do something like that. But as always, good night, and I